Welcome to another exciting restoration adventure. This time, we're working on something truly special not just for its reputation, but also for its tiny-sized Glock 17 cal .11 minigun. Don't let its small size fool you, because this restoration demands just as much precision and care as any other firearm. A tiny challenge, we began by trying to disassemble each part of this mini Glock, and quickly realized that its compact size didn't make the task any easier. The gun was covered in deep, stubborn rust, making it incredibly difficult to remove each small component. The screws and pins were so small, rust had completely seized them, and we had to use specialized mini tools, sometimes even a magnifying glass, to get everything just right. Making it shine next, it was time to sandblast each part to remove any remaining rust. Even though the gun was tiny, this step required just as much precision as for any larger firearm. We used many sandblasting tools to carefully blast away the last traces of rust, leaving the pieces shiny and clean. After this step, the parts were almost mirror-like, reflecting light and looking nearly as good as new. Restoring the original look, but we weren't done yet. Now that the gun had turned silver, the next step was dyeing it back to the original black finish that's iconic to Glock. This was a crucial part of the process, as we needed to make sure the color was just right, not too dark, not too light, exactly like the original factory finish. This stage requires precision, as we needed to ensure the gun not only worked well, but also looked as close to new as possible. The final step finally, after all the parts had been cleaned, dyed, and carefully inspected, it was time to reassemble the mini Glock. Despite its tiny size, every part clicked together perfectly. Seeing this tiny firearm fully restored, gleaming and functioning smoothly, was incredibly satisfying, knowing that we had taken it from a rusted, seemingly hopeless state to a shining, fully functional masterpiece. And that's the story of how we restored the Glock 17 cal .11 minigun. This wasn't just a journey of bringing the gun back to life, but also a testament to how even the smallest, most heavily damaged items can be restored to their former glory. After completing the restoration of the tiny Glock 17 cal .11, we're ready to take on a new challenge. This time, it's the classic 1913 Colt vest pocket. Known as one of the most iconic compact pistols, this gun is not only beautifully designed, but also carries over a century of history. And now, it's waiting to be restored to its original glory. Soaking in rust removal solution, we soak the major parts of the gun in a specialized rust removal solution, hoping to dissolve the stubborn rust. After 24 hours of soaking, we carefully took out the parts and started scrubbing them. And like magic, the layers of rust began to peel away, revealing the original metal underneath. Although it had dulled over time, the Colt vest pocket was slowly coming back to life piece by piece. Sandblasting to remove the remaining rust once the major rust was gone. We moved on to sandblasting to clean off the remaining traces of rust. Even though it's compact, the Colt vest pocket required careful attention at every step, from treating the gun's frame to the intricate internal mechanisms. After sandblasting, the parts became shiny and almost ready for the next step, restoring the original color. Restoring the original finish with the original finish worn away over time and by rust. The next step was to restore the gun's signature black color. Using a precise dyeing process, we brought the gun back to its classic sleek black look. This not only enhanced its aesthetic, but also protected the metal components from future oxidation. Reassembly and functionality testing finally, after all the parts have been cleaned and re-dyed, we moved on to reassembling the gun. This is one of the most satisfying parts of the process, as every tiny piece is put back exactly as it was originally designed. Once everything was back in place, we tested the firing mechanism to ensure it functioned smoothly. And incredibly, the 1913 Colt vest pocket was fully restored, not only looking great, but also working flawlessly, as it did when it was manufactured over 100 years ago. This journey has been an exciting opportunity to explore a small but significant piece of firearms history. From a gun that seemed lost to time, we brought it back to its former glory. If you enjoyed this restoration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more exciting restoration projects to come.